メジャーリーグ史上初、2度目の満票でリーグ MVP を受賞したエンゼルスの大谷翔平。MVP の受賞が発表されたテレビ番組、MLB ネットワークの生中継には、ソファーに座って可愛らしい愛犬と共に登場した大谷。日米のネット上では、
私も翔平の犬になりたい。大谷の犬に憧れるのをやめましょう。
など大谷とワンちゃん絡みのコメントが殺到。珍しく大谷の私生活が垣間見えたことに大盛り上がりし、世界中の話題をさらっています。大谷の愛犬はコーイケルホンディエという珍しい犬種で、日本では毎年100頭前後しか登録されておらず、大谷の MVP 受賞が決まった直後から全国のペットショップに問い合わせが殺到し、時の人ならぬ、時の犬となっているようです。そんな中、MLB ネットワークのラジオ番組、シリウス XM ラジオに、今季限りでエンゼルスの監督を退任したフィル・ネビン氏が出演し、大谷の愛犬について、
彼が犬を飼っていることは知らなかったよ。
と笑いながら話してくれていましたので、日本語字幕付きでご紹介していきます。
I think I've seen anybody with a more disciplined regimen every day. Even watching him yesterday when he accepted the award, I didn't know he had a dog. That was a neat thing to watch too. I'm glad watching it. Just like it gives him another little outlet. He lives and breathes and sleeps and eats baseball, and like I said, he wants to be the best. And I think he's probably doing everything each day now to be the best for next year. And like I said, I've never seen anybody with the regimen, consistency that Ohtani has. You hear about like the stuff from like the Michael Jordan days, Kobe Bryant. He's in that category as far as what he does to prepare to be the best.
また、アメリカのポッドキャスト番組、ジョンボーイベースボールでは、クリス・ローズ氏と元メジャーリーガーのトレバー・プルーフ氏が今季の大谷の活躍について、
MLB で彼と対戦しているほとんどの選手に尋ねても、大谷が MVP だと言っている。私の見解では昨年もジャッジではなく大谷が MVP で3年連続で受賞するはずだった。
とコメントしていましたので、こちらも日本語字幕付きでご紹介していきます。
So awards week has come and gone. Most of it you could pick from a mile away. Not a lot of surprises, but maybe the most surprising is that for the first time ever, we have unanimous MVPs in both leagues. Shohei has done that now for the second time in the last 3 years. So let's start with him. Big picture here for Shohei. What is it going to take for him to not win the award? Is it going to take him hitting like 208 with 23 homers and an ERA of like 4.37 or what is it?
If he did that, he's not winning the MVP. He set the bar so high. In any other year, think about this. If a player did that, what you just said, 204 with 23 homers and 80 ribbies, but then on the mound also threw 30 starts with a 4, like we'd have him in consideration 100% for the MVP. But Shohei's just blown all that out of the water. Our expectations are sky high with him. So we've done this on the show before. I think we said if he stays around a 3.5, if his OPS is high 8s, low 9s, like it's hard to not give him that award just because he's doing double duty, doing something that nobody in the history in the game has done before. So in my opinion, it should have been 3 years in a row. I know our producer does not think that, and a lot of other people too. Aaron Judge had a fantabulous, did I just say that?
That's
a
cool.
fantastic season last year. But Shohei to me is, to answer your question, he is going to win it every single year, except for next year because he's not pitching. So that'll be a year off. But once he's back on the mound, if he makes all his starts and is a shell of what he's produced over the last couple of years, he's going to win it every year. Yeah.
I just hope that people don't lose track of what we're watching because it is amazing. Now, there's a certain sector that'll say, well, how valuable can you be if your team never makes the playoffs? I get it. I just think in this sport, how much can one person do? Well, he's doing double duty. He really is. And he hits like a top 5 hitter and he pitches like a top 5 pitcher. To me, that makes you the MVP. And if I'm going to rubber stamp that moving forward, as long as he's healthy and is making 22 to 25 starts a year and delivering those type of numbers and giving us 11.5 Ks per nine and leading the league in homers, even when he doesn't hit the last several weeks of a season, yes, to me, that makes you the MVP. And I think that if you go and ask most of the players that play against him in Major League Baseball, they're like, hell yes, he's the MVP, because none of us could even think of doing that. So once again, it gets to your definition of valuable. In this sport, I think it's way different than it is in other sports. It's way easier for the superstar to win it in the NBA because they can dictate the tempo of a game. The MVP in the NFL has essentially become a default best quarterback of the year award for the most part. This sport, you have to look at it differently, and it doesn't mean the best player on the best team for me.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's not the way it is in baseball. You can't win with one player. We know that. And you're right about every ball player in the big leagues thinking that about Shohei, because as you know, like if you played in the big leagues, you were the best player growing up on your team, probably the best hitter, probably the best pitcher. You did both in high school, probably did some in college, but it's so different when you get into Pro Bowl. It gets so difficult, Chris, that having the time and the ability to practice all these different parts of your game it's just overwhelming, and you end up being a jack of all trades, master of none. He's a master of them all. So Shohei's on a different level, and I agree with you. Let's not lose sight of what we're seeing here,
Right.
people.
また、SNS でも、
へりくつをこねて、ジャッジやアクーニャジュニアの凄さを説明しても、本当のところは大谷の活躍の方がすごいのは誰もが分かっている。MVP を取った選手たちも含めて。
2人ともすごい活躍だし、アクーニャも順調にスター街道を走っているいい選手。ただし大谷は比較対象がないという不遇にさらされているのも事実。唯一ベーブ・ルースが出てくるが、関係者で見たことがある人なんているわけがないので、なおさらその凄さが実感として湧かないんだろうな。頭ではすごいことしてると分かっていても、能力がありすぎて唯一無二の存在であると、そういう運命となるのかもしれない。
などといった大谷の比較対象がいない異次元の活躍を評価する声が聞かれていました。今季は成績のみならず、注目度、契約額からその一挙手一投足に至るまで、すべてが MVP の称号にふさわしいと言える大谷。岩手県奥州市では、20日の朝、県庁に大谷翔平選手祝 MVP と書かれた横断幕が掲げられています。また、エンゼルスのペリー・ミナシアン GM も日本時間20日に、リーグ MVP に輝いた大谷翔平に賛辞を送り、
何度も言っているけど、大谷のこの3年間は本当に素晴らしかった。MVP に値するよ。
と祝福。お別れのメッセージのような言葉でしたが、エンゼルスとの再契約があるのかどうかについても、ファンからの注目が集まっています。これからも大谷の活躍から目が離せません。皆様からのコメントもお待ちしております。